Welcome to GameGO's podcast where we talk about video games and whatever the hell else we feel like talking about. I'm H8BitHero.
I'm Sonorith.
Let's get into it.
All right. So there's a
Why did you put that pause there?
I don't know. But to kick things off, I wanted to announce we're doing it's called Extra Life, and it's a charity organization where people can stream and then receive donations, and that money will go towards local hospitals.
Is it just local hospitals? Is it... I have no problem with whatever it goes to. I know that this is good. I have no idea exactly where it goes
Specifically
to.
hospitals, and when I signed this up, it let me pick which hospital. And so I was either going to pick Chalk or one in your area, so I picked
all right, cool.
a local hospital to LA.
Yeah, good job setting us up on that.
Yeah, we're going to be streaming as part of the Kinda Funny team, so I'm actually not entirely sure what that does, but...
we got a shout out on the Kinda Funny podcast.
Yeah.
Kinda Funny Daily?
Games Daily, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So if you check us out on that day on Twitch, we're going to be streaming all day or trying to stream all day. Some people are doing like a 25-hour marathon.
I'm planning on just doing Mega Man all effing day. Like, I haven't done a whole lot of Mega Man lately. We did some Mega Man X a little while ago.
All of Mega Man X.
Oh, yeah, we did Mega Man X. But, yeah, I'd like to, like...
devote an entire literal day to that.
Like, I mean, I could just swap out an hour a different game and there's literally enough in that library to do it.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, check us out on Twitch. I think it's GameGO Twitch is the URL.
Okay.
And we're going to be streaming that November 4th.
Oh, yeah, we can't do the YouTube, huh?
No.
It'll be simultaneously streaming on both anyway, so if you watch on YouTube anyway, you're still covered. But I think that day, obviously, I'll be keeping Twitch at the forefront.
Yes, and I do believe that if we stream on the 3rd, we can get on... Kinda Funny is going to be promoting us, maybe.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah.
all right. I'll make sure to spread some time on there, too.
Yeah. But that's it for our personal news and updates. Let's jump into the news stories. Paris Games Week is this week.
Yeah, this seems a lot more exciting than E3 even. I mean, we were at E3 and there was tons of stuff getting announced to come out down the line. I don't know. This stuff is amazing right here. This stuff is blowing me away.
Well, Sony came into the week swinging, saying this is the second half of their E3
okay. All right.
So that built a lot of hype, and I think it's deserved. Although I think I was expecting other announcements, and I didn't hear some of that. So it's all very exciting either way. And so they've released updates and they announced a few games. So it's very exciting. Sucker Punch, the people that made Infamous and Sly Cooper.
Yeah, you're very...
And this old Nintendo 64 game that I remember getting for Christmas one year.
Which one?
It's called Rocket Robot on Wheels.
Is that the one where he's in a clown, like it's a circus theme?
It's like a amusement park in the future or something.
Yeah. So I hated
that.
that they didn't actually make concaves for you to go into.
Yeah.
Instead, you walked into like the texture of the black part of the clown mouths whenever, because those were doors and hallways.
Yeah.
So you just like touch the negative space.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is the door. I very much dislike that modeling.
That's a
but
weird thing to not. All right. Anyway, so Sucker Punch, they finally announced their new project. It's not going to be another Infamous game like I hoped. It's going to be called it's a game called Ghost of Tsushima.
So if you guys could just stop trying to be original and just please Sonorith.
No, this game actually looked really cool from the trailer. It was just a trailer, though.
It does. We both checked it out, and that trailers are getting more and more amazing in general, but that trailer was very...
cinematic almost.
Not even almost. It was straight up, very cinematic,
okay.
I guess is the word I wanted to say.
Because, okay, just watch the trailer. There's a guy with a monologue and some cool action that you see. It doesn't look like there's a lot of gameplay shown so far, maybe at the very end, but like, just if that's the tone they're going with it this time, I'm very excited for the game.
It seems pretty cool. It shows you like the general idea what's going on. I'm not going to say anything because it's a pretty nice, trailer to watch.
Yes, you should watch. I'm gonna warn you about this next trailer though, The Last of Us 2. They released another trailer.
Trigger warnings?
And like legitimately, not like
no joke.
There's no mockery here. This is a disturbing trailer.
If you like shied away from any like the torture stuff that was getting sadly popular when that was the thing, like the waterboarding things and like GTA's torture scene, things like that.
Weird, yeah.
If you're not into stuff like that, very much stay away from this. It is, or just be very prepared to cringe, not in that like bad, oh my god, that's a dumb
Gross.
emo kid fashion,
but more
in the oh my god, that is horrific kind of way.
Yeah, it's The Last of Us 2. The trailer's just showcasing. It's introducing new characters. Joel and Ellie aren't in the trailer at all, and it's highlighting how brutal and unforgiving and like, what's another word? Like almost gratuitous. How violent this world is.
It's you. The regulars of Walking Dead are gonna just. This is par for the course.
Even that, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I think along the same lines of when we see just how crappy people can be to other people. I think like when we're talking about the same level right there.
Maybe, well, because I watched a lot of The Walking Dead and I fell off in the recent seasons, but I did see a pretty notable character death at the beginning of the last season. Two characters, and that was probably over the top even for Walking Dead, and so it felt at about that level for this.
All right.
So I mean, again, if you are squeamish or just be warned going into it, it's a pretty brutal trailer. I'm very excited though because there are new characters and I want to see what's
If you've watched Game of Thrones, I forgot what the dude's name is, but the guy who's like loves torturing people. If you can stomach any of his scenes, or exactly how you react to any of his scenes, is exactly how you're going to react to any of this.
Cool. All right, so then, yeah, watch that if you can. It's cool that they're showing us a little more of the world and the characters. I don't know if it needed to be so, like, again, gratuitous. But, yeah, check that out. They released that trailer yesterday. Destiny 2, they announced the expansion. Well, no, they didn't announce it, but they gave a little more details. It's called The Curse of Osiris. You're going to go to Mercury. For the first time outside of like a multiplayer map or something.
So what are the space? I have yet to play Destiny. You go through space, but what are the limitations thereof? Are you going through known galaxies? Or are you going through ours?
Just our solar system.
Okay.
And so basically you're looking at a map select screen. Do you want to go to Earth? The first game was Earth, Mars, Venus, and the Moon.
Inner space?
Select it. No, you don't get to fly around, unfortunately.
Okay.
You select it. You warp there, you land on the planet, and then that's where you run and gun and do stuff. You explore.
Okay, all right. So it just part of the story, whichever planets were relevant to the story you were going to.
There were missions, and then they would also open up to, like, you can go there whenever you want, and you will see, like, this is where you go into that mission or that mission or that mission. But there's also just open areas.
As opposed to something where, like, Mass Effect, you literally are, jumping from galaxy. Oh, yeah. That's where I wanted to know what is the envelope that this one's in.
Yeah, this one's less interactive.
Okay.
But yeah, you're going to Mercury for the first time outside of PvP maps, and you're going to be dealing with Osiris. He's rumored to be like the villain, but they released a trailer for him too, and that's coming December 5th, I believe. Yeah. So check that out. I'm very excited. They're going to raise the light level. They're going to give you new gear, new weapons, new ships, even though it's just a glorified loading screen. Because that's all it is. When it's loading, you see your ship like coasting.
Your gear and all that stuff. Yeah. You get to show off a little bit to yourself, I guess, because that's not what it's showing up.
You can see all the ships together.
Okay, all right.
But beyond that, there's no functionality to the ship.
Rolling together, dog.
Kind of, yeah. And then Rocket League for the Switch. That got a release date finally announced.
Very pleasing. Do you know of any crossplay?
I don't. I'm assuming they're probably going to try to go for PC, but even that I'm not sure. Because I know they're willing to go with like Minecraft to PC and Xbox. Sony's the one that's holding back.
Nintendo is? Okay, all right, cool.
But I believe you have to make like an Xbox Live account so that there's the functionality there.
Okay, that kind of sucks, but I guess it makes a little bit. You want to use those roads, you gotta pay for that permit.
If a Nintendo person is like harassing people, they need to be able to be banned from the service.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, at least that's my understanding of it. Mm-hmm. Rocket League, though, that's coming on November 14th, and it's going to be $20, which is, I think, more than a fair price for this game. It's been alive for like 2 years now, I think. Maybe longer.
Rocket League has been for a while. I don't remember what year, but it's been 3, 4, I want to say like 4 years.
We'll have to look into that. I honestly, like, time's flying with this game.
Longer than FNAF. Longer
than you would expect this game to... It's soccer with cars.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think this is a shining example of how to do microtransactions. Whereas, like, it's nothing you need, and you'll still get stuff outside of it.
Yeah, just...
Kind of like Overwatch, but,
make the game fun, and what the F do you know? People will throw money at you for other stuff. Like...
Yeah, I think that without those microtransactions, the game probably wouldn't be still not active, but like it wouldn't be getting support still. They'd have to move on to other projects for income. But yeah, that's exciting, and you're gonna get like Super Mario cars. There's a Mario and Luigi one where I think the headlights are like the gold coins on the overalls.
Nice.
And then there's a Samus one. I showed you that one where it's her ship.
Yeah.
That one looks really cool. I'm really excited to pick it up.
Really, it's really great that somehow these guys found a way to just like universally this game is kind of anybody
Like
can pick
soccer.
up and play. Like
It's the world sport. or
ball
whatever.
go in thing, use body. This right here is just remote control. Make ball go push.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't seen gameplay of it at all, it sounds difficult, and it is. So if you look at people that are good at it, they pull off crazy stuff. It's kind of like watching an actual soccer player like dribble and like play with the ball.
That is one analogy closer. It is honestly it can get that competitive like any other fighter or anything. It's got some. You have to trick people. You have to dribble the ball. You have to be able to juke people. So that
and
kind
then
of
aiming the ball.
Then
that's a skill.
you
on its
have
own.
that the actual like mastering the controls, like knowing how to play games.
Yeah.
It gets a good balance of both. The same mental games you have to play in reality, you get to apply those while still using game skills.
It's a lot of fun. Check it out if you haven't yet. It's already on a lot of other consoles, but if you want to wait for the Switch, that's totally a good idea because the portability of that's going to be fun to play on the go with people maybe. Shadow of the Colossus is getting a remake. They announced that I believe at E3.
Okay.
And they finally released. They announced a release date for it. It's coming February 6th.
All right.
So, I mean, it looks nice. I'm not super excited for it, but I know a lot of people are.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're trying to make up for something with the
with The Last Guardian?
yeah,
I can see
the
that being the
lacklusterness
case.
there that just and maybe
It's
I
in
didn't.
development for like 10 years or something?
That's the problem is I didn't play it, and from what I'm from everything I saw, from all the reviews I watched and all the videos I ever saw, it just apparently is like it's just an okay game, but why was it 10 years? It is not.
I can't
Considering a
imagine
decade,
going... I'm fresh out of
Cuphead is a
college.
decade
I'm
in the
25
making.
years old. I'm going to start working on this game that at Ico Studios or whatever, and now I'm 35 and it came out. Like, I can't imagine being a guy that worked on that game for 10 years.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like children go through different like actual phases of being and growth
Yeah.
before that game got out.
Like, to celebrate you getting the job at the studio, you could have had a child with your wife, and now it would be going into, like, the 5th grade.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, my reaction to the announcement of this was like, that's nice. But I know people are looking forward to it. It does look a lot nicer than the original because it was on PS2.
Right.
And that's cool, but it just in general.
It got an HD re-release, but not a remake.
Yeah,
And this
seems to
is
be
like a straight up.
remake. Mm-hmm. Then people are speculating that they're gonna add some bosses that they'd cut out previously.
That'd be kind of nice,
That would
just
be cool.
to throw something new in there.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's another remake of a game that we already know is like good.
It's fun,
but
yeah.
I don't know that we need another.
It seems like an
reiteration of it.
experience that you just need to go through one time.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to ever. I mean, I only went up to like the 3rd or 4th boss in it. I thought it was going to be more entertaining. I loved the idea, but I didn't get super far. I actually got bored with it.
Oh, dang.
And it was not. It had absolutely nothing to do with how it looked. It was the game itself.
All right.
Yeah, I
well,
was really disappointed with how interested I got in it, or how disinterested I got in it.
yeah, I understand that.
It's not a
feeling.
bad game, but
not for you.
yeah,
Well,
weird.
maybe this next game's for you. Insomniac released another Spider-Man trailer. You finally get to see Peter interacting with Mary Jane and Miles Morales, who was at the end of the last trailer that they showed at E3.
Miles Morales?
He's the African Latino Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's a Spider-Man in this game though, but you are going to be working with him as like he's a civilian.
That's weird.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
The new Spider-Man isn't the Spider-Man, but he's in Spider-Man.
Yes. Like I said, I didn't see the trailer yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if he if he's going to be. I know he's a photographer because he takes pictures of the helicopter.
Okay.
He's got the nice camera and everything. But yeah, it looks cool. Still, I wanna play this game. Insomniac makes fun games, and Spider-Man 2 for the PS2, I think, and other relevant consoles. That was a lot of fun. That was like one of the best open world superhero games of all time. At least in my memory. I don't know if it still is.
That that swinging system, just from 2, was effing amazing, and it was when you can independently control both arms. In that one?
Yeah, because you could do the thing where you like slingshot yourself forward, right? And stuff like that.
From that point on, they went with a simplified version of it, which wasn't bad, but I really hate that they never brought back that same one in that same form. It just felt... Maybe it was excessive, but it did feel a lot cooler going through. Actually interacting it on, like, to get from mission to mission, actually using your left hand, then right hand, then left hand, then right hand. Like... Immersion happened there.
Yeah,
I felt a little bit of something there, as opposed to
coming around a corner of a building or something.
Yeah, and then you can't just do the exact same thing. You actually have to change up a little bit and then get like swing around it.
Yeah,
as opposed to the next ones where it was just one button. It felt like I was just holding one button. That's it. Okay. I wasn't timing anything or anything like that. Yeah.
Well, the game looks cool so far. I don't think they've announced a release date yet. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to when that happens.
Insomniac, use the 2-hand thing.
Please, yeah.
Do it.
Do a good swinging system.
Do it.
Monster Hunter World. That's getting a beta on December 9th. And if you're on PS4, you can play as Aloy to hunt the monsters.
Yeah, you're super excited about this one.
Aloy's fun. I loved Monster Hunter 3 and Generations and Tri or whatever the names are now.
Right.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I saw the presentation at E3.
Yeah.
It looks a lot of fun.
That display. I forgot about that.
Oh, the dragon sticking out of the wall?
I totally forgot about that. We had pictures with that.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It looks so much better. Because they went to, 3DS and they went to the Wii and the Wii U. Yeah. They didn't look great.
Yeah, they were functional.
Yes. It was function over form.
Yeah.
This hopefully looks like it's going to be both because just the HD.
It's what everybody wants. Portability, or not portability, but I mean, it looks great.
Yeah, and then it looks like there's going to be a lot more ease of access to playing with your friends. So that's going to be easier to get a group together and be like, hey, let's just all go kill monsters together.
I didn't know that I figured that Nintendo games were the only ones that, and Dark Souls at first, were the only ones that had any questionable problems finding your friends.
It was simple if you communicated outside of
But there wasn't any in-game integration?
I think if you open a room and they'd have to know that it was there and look for it.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
So they can find by friends, but they don't know that you're on. Anyway. This looks cool. The beta is coming on the 9th, and the game is going to be released in January. So, only 2-3 months away.
Yeah, not too far away.
Yeah. That's crazy. Quick. E3, and then all this stuff is like... They laid the cards out, and then... No, they're setting him up, and then knocking him down.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a better analogy. Spelunky 2, that was announced for PS4 also.
Yeah, like you said, 2008 was Spelunky 1? Yeah. I did not know it was that long.
Well, HD came out in 2012, which was just an HD version of the first game.
Of the first game.
Which I think that's why it seems like it's a lot newer.
Not as far back.
9 years old. I think it's going to be 10 years old by the time this comes out. Yeah. Because I don't think this is coming out in December.
Right.
But yeah, that's coming out.
Announced. No date or anything, just an announcement.
Yeah, I'm very excited to try it. I played the first one. It was frustrating, but it was a lot of fun. And then seeing the way that you would die or getting hit by something and then you die and then you get hit by something else. So just watching your corpse fall all the way down was this was sometimes remove the sting from losing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, at least there's comedic relief.
Yeah.
And then you get to that point where you're on the 50th death and they're like, this is just insulting now.
Yeah. Or if you see the trap and you try to avoid it and you know it's coming and it hits you anyway and you die. Or, I mean, you could save people. You could save and then using them instead as bait or something sometimes.
No, don't kill me. Bye, wife.
I think you could even sacrifice them on altars to get stuff.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah. That's horrible.
So the game was cool. It's very cartoony though. So I mean, all this stuff sounds morbid, but it's funny looking.
Well, I mean, you compare it to something like Binding of Isaac, which is kind of in the same vein aesthetically, but grotesque. Then
yeah, you're right. Anyway, 2 PSVR games were announced yesterday. They're coming out today.
The first one was pretty funny.
Dead Hungry. You're making diner food. So, in the trailer, it showed the guy making, ketchup
burgers,
and mustard on a burger. Yeah. And then you chuck it at the zombies to cure them of their zombification.
Because really, they're all just regular hungry people that
Obviously.
have gone that desperate. They've gotten that desperate.
And the other game is Stifled, a game where you're using echolocation to make your way through a darkened environment. But if you're using it too much, like, the enemies will know where you are, and they come after you, and they look freaky.
I don't know if this is the same game. Everything's like black, dark, and you have to like you literally like you're tapping on stuff and you see like visible sonar, right?
Yes, I think there was another game that came out a few months ago with a similar concept.
Okay, all right. And that one was supposed to be like trying to emulate what it's like to. I forgot. I think the girl has some kind of the main character has some kind of
It's not Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
No,
is
it is not called that. I don't remember what it's called, but it definitely didn't have.
I thought I remembered hearing that Hellblade also had something like that. Anyway, no, this game is coming out today for VR. Check them out. Yeah, those. I mean, the first one seems like an exciting concept. Like, it's funny. This one looks like it'll just be cool to wander around. Like,
what is Daredevil?
Yeah, in the movie at least. I'm not
That's
sure
how they
much of
portray
that.
that ability. Is like as long as he can see, or I mean, as long as he can hear stuff bouncing off of solid objects, he has some form of sight.
He has awareness. Yeah, Guacamelee too.
I watched that trailer. I was so freaking. I was watching it while I was taking an Uber, so I didn't want to like be embarrassed, like all these sound effects going off. There was this pretty cute girl in the Uber with me right there, where it was a pool.
Oh.
And so so I'm like, okay, well now I'm gonna watch this cartoony thing here. Let me just kind of angle it so that she doesn't see what I'm seeing.
You didn't know that she's a big Guacamelee fan.
She has a wrestling mask walking in
on her face.
She has it on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Vita.
so I watched that sound off mute, and I was just like, I kind of trying not to giggle even like out loud looking at it because
probably would have gotten the wrong idea.
I guess. And what the?
Are you filming me? Oh, that would have been bad.
But like, it's amazing. Just the little bits that you can see from other games that
that they're incorporating.
Like I was like, yes, awesome. I want to see. Guacamelee did a damn good job of taking every element you already know from Metroidvania, from Metroidvania games, and like using them in really cool, not always new ways, but definitely it's a new puzzle.
Satisfying.
It felt great afterwards. Like you get this new ability, or not always an ability, a curse sometimes, or whatever, and like you just get this. You're introduced this new mechanic. You get. You're given a use for it right away, and it starts getting. It's just amazing. They have a really good way of implementing slowly and cranking the difficulty up at a really good pace. When you get a new mechanic, you're taught that mechanic right away, how to use it, and then like immediately afterwards, given some trials on how to combine it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That sounds really good. I mean, I played a bunch of the first one. Like, even just getting that uppercut that lets you get higher places.
Yeah.
Like
all of a sudden, like, a bunch of the map gets unlocked.
Yeah, and it's funny because you'll go to those areas where it's like, oh, you need this. It doesn't tell you, but it's like, that's too high for me to get to.
And you're thinking, what I like is that you're thinking something has to send me upward. A jump? Am I going to get some kind of hover?
Jump,
Am I going to do something? And then it's an uppercut. Yeah, upper.
It's a melee ability that is also a great traversal skill.
Exactly. Yeah, it's cool when the ability ends up like that. You don't like, okay, obviously I'm gonna get something that just boosts me up like that.
And then as soon as you see yourself using it, like you think back to all of the like previously closed off areas, and you're like, now I have all these areas to explore.
Insert brain blast clip.
Yeah. Like Castlevania Dawn of Sorrows, I think did a pretty good job of that one, and Portrait of Ruin had good were good at making that I don't know how to explain it, making that feeling like
it. How do you when you like when I used to box and I could feel like I've mastered a new like ability in boxing. You go back and you're like, damn, like, oh, shake the mouse for a little bit. you go back and you just kind of reflect on it. It's like, I remember when this was like super hard, but like, I think that's what you're talking about. Just that progression of skill and your recognition thereof, even.
Not even just a skill, but like getting a new ability and suddenly like
being able to use it.
remembering where all the places that are now available to explore.
I went on a totally different branch.
Yeah, maybe. But even then, again, those games like where they are difficult, and I remember even playing and I'd go through this one room and I'd always get hurt by this enemy or their attack. And so it happened over and over again, and finally one time like it just kind of clicked where I'm able to avoid it or kill the enemy before it hurts me. So then I think that's closer to maybe what you were saying, where it's like having it hammered into your head where it's not really
a problem
getting
anymore.
Across and then finally having it click.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Guacamelee 2. The first one was a lot of fun. Yeah, so then...
Also the Hong Kong Massacre.
That one is a little weird. It looks like it's a top-down shooter, and it looks like it's a twin-stick shooter, but it's like John Woo style, like, gunfights. He's the guy that did like Face Off with the doves everywhere and stuff.
Yeah, this scares me a little bit. There's this game that I just saw on, I think Pro Jared, on Pro Jared's channel.
What is it?
I can't remember the name, but it is so cringy. The guy is supposed to be like a master assassin. He uses guns, both hands.
Oh, you're talking about My Friend Pedro, Bananas, Bullets, and like something else, right?
No.
Isn't that the one where he's on the skateboard and he like jumps and like...
No, that's the one you showed me and that was amazing.
Okay.
That one's amazing.
I thought that's what you were talking about. Like,
this other one is trying to be some other badass, like over the top, like kind of shooter thing that totally borrows everything from
it's cringy
Matrix.
James Bond.
Kind of. It's more like cringy.
Is it VR?
I feel like no. This was on the
Then this was
Xbox.
announced at Paris Games also.
Ew.
Or a game like this, yeah.
Ugh.
I was hearing a lot of... Oh, anyway, so go on.
This is some old game on Xbox, and it was not good from what I saw him doing. Like that was god awful. Like it was bad. I
was
really
it like
wish I knew the name.
espionage or saboteur?
The guy is he's supposed to be an amazing assassin. In the game, he dies 5 times, like canon. And
what?
Because he can come back to life is the thing.
Okay.
But then the weird thing is too is that they don't have like this really strong continuity with the whole his ability. Like, every time he dies, he goes to this other world where like these gods chastise you for dying. It's like you're supposed to be good. Why? How the hell did you do that? Blah blah blah.
Like Shadow Man or something?
Oh man, I wish I knew the name.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, this looks.
Keep talking. I'm looking it up. Where's my phone? Go.
It's just
talking.
the Hong Kong Massacre. It looks interesting. It's a top-down shooter. That's pretty much it. I mean, those are I think were all the biggest, and well, there's a few others, but those were the ones that interested us at least. The Paris Games Week that's still going on too, so there might be another announcement or something interesting coming out of it. World of Final Fantasy. That Square Enix announced that that's going to be coming to PC via Steam. It's coming out November 21st. Are you still looking it up?
Yes.
All right. Well,
Damn
okay.
it! I can't get Xbox games without getting automatically 360.
Cool.
Okay, screw it.
World of Final Fantasy is coming to PC via Steam.
This is exciting. I remember.
Played it, huh?
But I got to see a friend of mine streaming a bunch of it. Not a whole lot of it. It was exciting to see that.
It's a
like
fun game, yeah.
It's a capture game, right? It's basically a Final Fantasy Pokemon.
Yes, only they make them members of your party versus sending them out one-on-one to fight or whatever.
Right. The weird mechanic in that game is the stacking. Yeah, like that was like, I'm fascinated.
It just makes your team stronger. I don't really remember what the point was.
It does. Your attacks get stronger. I don't know exactly why it's a thing or whatever, but I was still kind of like interested
I think that's
in
like
how
the
it
main
worked.
character's power.
Essentially, I guess.
Like stacking is something that only they can do. It's weird. It was a weird game, but it's fun.
Because you fight other stacked monsters, I think.
Maybe capturing them is your thing. I don't know. The point is, it was pretty fun, and then you can unlock abilities for your monsters.
Yeah.
On a board, so that was pretty cool. And then if you got certain points on the board, you could have them evolve or change into other monsters. It's kind of like Pokemon, only
it's
more RPG-ish.
It's
fun.
their creature fighter.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of callbacks to like. Well, I mean, there's a lot of characters from other Final Fantasy
You
games.
can use a lot of the characters from it, like
Tidus is in there, I think. So is Yuna, and off the top of my head, that's all I remember.
Why did you want to bring up all the terrible ones?
All the 2 from the same game, yeah.
All the terrible ones.
Anyway, So yeah, that's coming on November 21st. If you buy it within the first week, you get the day one edition, and that comes with like the soundtrack and the wallpaper.
Okay.
So you have
just buying it within the first week?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
That
because it's a digital thing too, so it's like
that is something I want to happen more. That's cool.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's what pre-order bonuses are trying to do. They're incentivizing you to get in on it earlier.
You get the pre-order and it says that you're gonna buy it. Then half those guys don't buy it. GameStop gets that money and they're reporting useless data to the publisher.
I mean, if they cancel the pre-order though, then like,
if they cancel it.
How many people are that careless?
It's happened to me tons of times where I pre-order something, I let it go by the wayside, I don't pick up the phone when they call or whatever, and then I just kind of forget about it maybe. Like even what is it? Wolfenstein. What were the two games that came out?
Wolfenstein 2, Assassin's Creed
and
Origins.
Assassin's Creed Origins. I was all excited about Mario and had no idea about the other two.
Right, but then you wouldn't pre-order the games in the first place.
But no. Even if I did pre-order them,
okay.
I still would have. I would have pre-ordered them, never keeping in mind the date at all, because I don't do that.
True. Okay.
I know plenty of people like, way more responsible. They'll pay and they'll actually keep track of it. I get that.
Okay.
But I'm very much not the only case of what happens here, where I'll pre-order something, not keep track of the date, and then just forget about it. And then next time I'm at GameStop, I just happen to have $5 credit on some game because I pre-ordered that. Oh, I totally forgot about that. And
actually,
that's it.
that happened to me with Evil Within 2. I knew I'd pre-ordered it. I didn't remember that I'd gotten it at that one.
Now, the thing that sucks about the pre-order thing is that you're thinking it's supposed to incentivize day one sales, and that is what it's supposed to do. But then the problem is when incidents like that happen, and now you're sending... GameStop is sending to their publishers, hey, this many pre-orders happened, but they're not being so... I mean, they're gonna tell them also how many sales happen, but these guys are working off...
It gives them a false reading.
It gives them... It's weird because you can't even say false... This is how many people pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
This is not the information you should act on.
It doesn't translate
This is
sales,
not... Yeah, this is not the information that you should be judging anything on. Somebody was like... Okay, well, they're mad at me about the sales, but if I tell them that this is how many people pre-ordered instead, and that's how all that happened. That's how things happen in freaking in upper management.
Yeah, I'm glad that wasn't the case for Guerrilla Games, because Horizon Zero Dawn. Actually, I'm not sure if it pre-ordered well, but it sold very well.
Yeah,
and it was so good that then they're like, let's do more, and then
actually, sorry,
that DLC.
All of that was to my point. This is cool. Giving free crap on day one or early release because that is what developers and publishers need. They need day one digital sales are apparently the absolute best way to support any developer that you know, love, want to help out.
Well, that because you can't sell the game back and then have somebody else sell it for just their profit.
For their profit. And then on top of that, it gives... The only sales numbers that a developer's publisher is interested in are the ones that they get right out the gate.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Like the season passes too.
That's all they want. All they want is the money that they can get ASAP. Even if a game becomes a cult following and down the line it starts generating more revenue, it's too late. These jerks have ADD, all of them, and they're not going to give it that much patience. So if you want to help out your favorite developers, always buy day one digital when you can.
New or digital.
Day one digital is the best. The second best is a physical copy. The second best. Yeah, and new, not used. Buying used doesn't help.
Yeah.
Buying used only helps the person you're buying it off of.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go used, get it off another gamer if you can.
That's what. Yeah. Anyway, this seems like a cool thing. The game is fun, so it's good to see that like they're letting other people enjoy it. Because I think it even came to Xbox, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, just PC was left out in the cold on this one. And Switch too, but I mean, I'm not... Although I hear that Switch is supposed to be getting Final Fantasy 15. Did you hear about that?
I did not. Now I'm kind of upset that I haven't and still...
Well, it's
I still haven't gotten more than like maybe 5-6 hours in it.
I think it's a cutesy version.
Oh, the mobile one that they're doing too?
Okay.
It's the same exact story delivered in not such a triple A...
The mobile one is chapters.
Uh-huh.
But it is the same story, segmented, and I think it's going to be 10 chapters, so whatever. I think the original game is like 13 or 15.
Okay.
This is going to cut it up and sell it as 10 with cutesy characters. They talked about getting it on the Switch. I think that it's going to be the cuter characters, but I'm assuming they're trying to keep the base game intact.
Oh, okay. So dumb down the graphics.
Yeah.
So that then the game will handle the actual full engine.
Yes.
That's kind of interesting, pretty cool. I would totally sell my copy back and then get that version instead.
You're hurting the developers here.
I mean, but it's so that then I get a day one digital.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. But yeah, check that out. World of Final Fantasy on PC. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. That's a big deal. Did you hear about it?
I heard about it through you, and I immediately just like my brain sparked immediately. It's like, why was Pokemon the first thing that got big with Nintendo's IPs on a mobile? Yeah. Because Animal Crossing seems way more appropriate.
I think because, I don't know. It's weird.
It's got a nice...
I think Pokemon has a bigger install base for people that know what it is.
You're not wrong, but if this is your first major foray into this new thing, maybe go like this. The genre feels more appropriate, and on top of that, it's a smaller, maybe I feel like a smaller controllable group.
Well, because they didn't even get into mobile until after Pokemon Go, so maybe this was like, sure, Niantic, you can do this, and then see what happens.
That's what I'm saying. Is I feel like they should have had Animal Crossing be the first IP they give anybody a go at.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. I feel like this would have been. This game seems like it just has, put it on the freaking phone all over it. Yeah. And Pokemon does have that also, where the whole thing with Pokemon and keeping it on their mobile consoles, the 3DSs, the Game Boys, keeping it on there was just like the fact to push those things out. But now that they're kind of getting outsold by, like mobile devices in general.
Yeah.
It'd be a damn good idea for them to put all of their originally mobile games onto the new mobile platforms. They're starting to do that with Fire Emblem. They got new Super Mario Run, Fire Emblem, Miitomo. And we see that they finally started turning it.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just amazed that this took this long for Animal Crossing to get there, I guess. Like, I feel Animal Crossing should have happened way long before Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But it's called Pocket Camp, and you're basically running a campground instead of like a small town.
Yeah.
And
which is a nice, also cool variant.
Yeah, I like that they're not just doing the same thing, and they are acknowledging that it is a different platform.
Yeah, it gives it that separation, both in the story and I think mechanically on what you're operating it on.
Yeah, you run up a campground and you basically just building amenities and stuff to invite campers to stay.
No,
and
you got it pretty much right.
Pretty much. All right. I think they said that they're doing one for Switch. I don't know if that's actually the case.
It's like the same way how you keep your pantry stocked so your children don't run away.
Sure. But they are doing, it's free to download, but there's microtransactions, which I feel like the game lends itself to that because there's already the thing where like you play the game for like 20 minutes a day and then you wait.
Uh-huh.
So I think that that's kind of a natural extension of the game already, where it's like, yeah, I can wait. I set all my stuff up to start, and now I can come back tomorrow or later today. And that'll be coming out next month, or maybe this month if you're listening to it on the 1st of November. So we just talked about how bad buying pre-owned games is, but this is a really good value for gamers if you are a little tight with money right now. GameStop announced a 6-month pre-owned pass kind of thing. It's for $60. You can check out and return a pre-owned game whenever you want. You can have one game at a time, but any pre-owned game is up for grabs as long as they have it, obviously. They did something similar called the Summer of Play, right? I think.
Yeah, that thing was awesome.
Yeah, you got some pretty good use out of that, I think. But
yeah.
For 6 months, any pre-owned game, what games are coming out in 3 months that you think are probably somebody's going to trade it in 4 months?
Dude, everything that came out last week, like...
If somebody turns those in, now you can start playing Assassin's Creed Origins and...
Yeah.
Yeah, so
and a lot of times it's surprising. You'll see some of the most amazing games like 3 days later after release already there, and it's like, this thing didn't even look like it got touched.
Yeah, somebody bought like Call of Duty once, and I think it was Call of Duty. Yeah, like I was gonna go get the game, and the guy's like, "Do you want a pre-owned copy?" I'm like, "It's like the second day."
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what happened? So yeah, I mean, just check it out. I mean, honestly, I'd rather. There's a lot of great games coming out this year, and so I'd rather go back and play all of those for the one price of $60, and then get to keep whatever game at the end.
Yeah, they're obviously gunning for like GameFly and Redbox because that's the only thing I can compare this to. Like,
Yeah.
you obviously $60 is a lot more than $150.
Or $3 at Redbox for.
Well, so that's what I meant to, or that's the price I meant to say is $3. And what is that? That's going to be 20 rentals for the.
Oh right, yeah.
Or 20 days of renting, right?
Yes, versus 6 months, and that's $10 a month
For any game in and out, and that's not limited to whatever's in that particular box's inventory.
Yeah.
It's whatever that entire store has, and they'll tell you which other stores have what game you're looking for.
And you do need a power up membership.
Oh, you do?
The free one. You don't need the just so they can track the game that you have and turn it back in. Yeah, and then you also don't have to wait for the mail to come in for your new game. Like
which is the one and only thing that GameFly has against them, and what Redbox I feel is like was gunning for them too. Is like, well, now you can just come here and get the game right away. Like,
yeah,
but yeah, their selection kind of sucks. I'll go up there. I've never rented from them.
Like 5 relevant games at a time.
Yeah, and if they're in there,
yeah,
like because the stock of those games is.
And you can search them online too. So I mean, that's kind of where I give them leeway. But yeah, it's still. And then it sucks too because they usually the ones I've seen are 2 right next to each other.
Yeah.
So it's like A and B, and then sometimes one will have it and one won't, and it's like you're waiting for one person to hurry up and return. It's like your kid doesn't want to watch The Cat in the Hat. Let's switch machines and maybe you'll find something they want to watch. Please, lady.
Oh.
But yeah, this is a great deal if you guys, for the holidays. I wonder if now you probably can't gift it to somebody, but check it out. There's probably a lot of pre-owned games that you haven't thought about in a while that you're like, wow, I'd love to play that game.
Oh man, like I still haven't touched Persona 5, and this is kind of perfect for that.
I could probably just lend it to you. We're not playing it.
Okay, yeah, screw you, GameStop.
Yeah.
It's all about GameGO.
This is how you share games. Just give it to them. Oh, PS4.
Developers are angry with your statement there, by the way.
Yes. Check it out. It's a good deal. And then in a bit of kind of a downer, EA recently closed Visceral Games. They were working on a Star Wars game codenamed Ragtag for the last few years, and they've been showing progress, but for whatever reason, they did decide to just shut the doors on the studio.
They worked on the classic series Dead Space, which
1
was...
and 2. I don't think they did the third one.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong.
But I mean, they did Dead Space, and that was pretty damn amazing. I mean, the first 2 were the ones that everybody I know think were the best. The third one, people are fans of the co-op.
I think it was more like Resident Evil 4 to 5, where it's like, now it's co-op, it's more action-oriented.
The Dead Space, I feel like I was the only one that ever made the connection. Take his suit off, put Leon Kennedy in there.
Oh, okay.
It is the same game.
It even has a weird shop.
It has the weird shop. It has the weird inventory system. It has the weird the make sure that they're actually dead by stomping on them mechanic. It has a stomp mechanic for items that are in boxes in the exact same way that they were in Resident Evil 4.
Okay, yeah.
Dead Space, to me, nothing but a facelift, but doing the gamer math and dissecting it, essentially it's Resident Evil with space textures.
Mechanics. Okay. So this is like Dead Space, Resident Evil 4, and Evil Within are all like cousins or something.
Yeah, basically.
Did Shinji Mikami make Dead Space?
I don't.
He made Evil Within.
Well, yeah, but no, but like I, it's obvious like influences and inspirations from there.
And that explains why you can shoot the little hook gun from Goof Troop in Dead Space, right?
What hook gun? There's no hook gun in Dead Space. You have 0 gravity. What do you need a hook gun for?
For when there is gravity?
You don't ever need to... Shut up.
Anyway. Oh, you know what, though? You have that gravity stasis thing. That's like a hook gun. Yep. So, yeah, they closed the game. Jason Schreier on Kotaku has a very good article. He actually went really in-depth with, investigating why and what happened. Some stuff was cited as like the director having clash with staff and stuff like that, and like crunch is already getting bad even though the game wasn't near completion. Like, go check it out. It's a very in-depth article.
He covers it very well.
He did a very good job very quickly, like considering this came out like last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope everybody there can find work very quickly.
Yeah, you always see when you look on Twitter. You always see other people like trying to hook other people up with jobs when they hear about this stuff. It's just unfortunate that for sure there are some people that aren't going to make it back in. This might be the last game that they work on for the rest of their life. This might end up pushing them into normal jobs.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, good luck to everybody who worked at Visceral. So it is October, or at least it is when we're recording this. It might be November by the time you hear it.
Because today is literally the last day
of October
of this month.
Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. I can't believe I didn't say that sooner.
I don't know why I don't know holidays anymore.
You're not going to go trick-or-treating, so you don't care.
But no, I'm also going to be surprised the week of Thanksgiving.
Christmas?
And I have not done a damn thing for Christmas yet. Like, I know we're like, it's still 2 months away, got some leeway, but...
Okay, yeah. But yeah, we've been playing, scary games. And they're actually all on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GameGO livestream. If you want to see us get scared, go watch us play Soma. That game is creepy as hell.
Soma?
The Evil Within 2.
Evil Within 2.
I was playing that one by myself. And
Dead Space.
Hate played Dead Space and Layer of Fear.
Layers of Fear.
Layers? Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I did Outlast like the first week. I wanted to do the DLC, but I could not figure out how to, like, there's not a regular installer.
That's weird.
Yeah, it has like, there's just a folder of files, and you have to put it in the right one, because this was kind of before, it's on Good Old Games.
Was it really? Oh.
And
Don't they have a launcher that can do that?
I didn't get one.
That's weird. Okay, you might want to look into getting a launcher. I think they have it on their website.
Okay.
Which, I mean, it sucks to have another program for that, but yeah.
But yeah, scary games. That's crazy. Oh, and Five Nights at Freddy's we sprinkled in.
Yeah, actually, to celebrate October, Simbat made us another animation. That's on our. Is it on our channel? Or just your reaction is on our channel.
Yeah, the reaction's on my channel.
The link to the original video, her
and
channel.
Then the link is it goes to hers. And yeah, she's doing a damn good job with those animations. I really hope that she keeps doing them because. We need to figure out something to do together. Like, we need to collaborate on something really bad.
Yeah.
Because she's doing great with the stuff that she does on her own there. But it's like, I would love to do something like together. She knows how to animate now. Yeah, you're doing really well with
Photoshop now and fixing her videos. We did start, I mentioned Goof Troop.
Yeah.
We have a gameplay video of that where it's just us playing and joking around. Not a live stream.
And basically, I'm shamelessly gonna say it. I'm trying to do what Game Grumps does. And just... Yeah. Maybe even it just sucks is they have the two guys who play and then they have a guy who does the editing. I'm most of that stuff and I'm doing a lot of it with you.
Kind of wish I was here more often so I could help out.
Indeed.
With that. But check it out. It's a good month. It's good scary games, and it's good to get scared sometimes. These games are all so creepy.
I don't know why they came out with it so close to Halloween. But the absolute biggest deal for the last week has been Super Mario. It's been freaking Odyssey.
It's scary how good it is.
It is.
Boom.
Segways, everybody.
But yeah, no, we both got it on the day of the release.
Yeah.
And I never looked back.
And there is absolutely everything about it. It just is perfection. It just is effing perfect. Almost.
I mean, the only problem I have is diving, and that's been a problem for me since.
Some of the new stuff is kind of weird to get used to, and the only thing I don't like about
Cappy,
the only complaint, and it's barely a complaint, it's barely a big. It just maybe it's nitpicky, but just the fact that Cappy doesn't give you any canonical reason for why he's limited. You can bounce on him only once per jump.
And if you jump off a wall first, you can't jump off of him.
Yeah, or that's weird too, because I feel like I've been able to... I don't know, is it always wall jump off and you can't
I consistently
dive
I've
onto
not
him?
been able to bounce off him after doing a wall jump.
Okay. Well, okay. So it's kind of not
Finicky
finicky.
rules.
It's not.
No, well,
The rule is always consistent, but it just the logic you can't find it until
it's
you
kind of
go
obtuse.
through it. Yeah, I think
what
that's
they decided to let and not let you jump
exactly.
off him after.
It would have been really nice. I know that with Luma in Galaxy, you always
he'd
saw
shine up when he's ready again.
exactly. You had a nice little a signal that would go off, a nice little bright chime that would go off and let you know your spin is ready again. You can go ahead and use Luma again right now.
You know what would have been good is Cappy has multiple forms based on what hat you're wearing. His original form is a top hat with his eyes and a little tuft of hair and a ghost tail coming out of the bottom.
Right.
What if he turned into that when he doesn't have an extra jump off?
That would have been such an amazing. That would have been a really cool like signal or visible.
Because it's very easy to see his original form versus like
and
a Red Mario
he
cap.
could just have like kind of like a tired like sort of like he's trying to breathe in or something.
Maybe it's
and
that,
and that shows you, oh, okay, I already exhausted my one jump that I can use in a series of jumps until I land on the floor.
Yeah.
And I don't even care that I don't need a reason why can he only do it when he touches the floor. That's where I'm like, no, okay, we need
game logic.
That's where we draw that line. I just the one problem I have is just that there's no signification and no real reasoning given as to why Cappy is limited when the only thing you see tire him out is capturing a T-Rex, a sleeping T-Rex.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, because then if you do have that indicator that he's tired, then you're like, okay, now I already used him once. He needs to not die.
Yeah.
He needs a breather.
Yeah.
But the game is so good. The music is all great. Like, there's that one garden area that has, like, the really cool...
This,
it's like a...
you're talking about the Lake Kingdom. No, the Forest Kingdom.
Wooded Kingdom.
Wooded. With all those cool the cool machines. I saw somebody put a tweet, post a picture on Twitter, and it just said Nier Automata, and it had the picture of the machines waiting in line for the power.
Oh, for the energy, the battery, yeah.
And it just had the picture of them, and is it Nier Automata?
Appropriate, yeah. No, it's there's all these like different kingdoms, and they're all so just different. Like
it's. How many is it? It's over 10, but I don't know how close to
10
15.
plus like a few small ones.
Is it only 10?
Well, like I said, I think there's the 10 big ones where you're gonna find things like the Toad listening to his headphones.
Yeah.
But then there's like the Cloud Kingdom and the Fallen Kingdom.
Those little bits are cool too. Like every world that you go through, every kingdom that you go through. Okay, no, I shouldn't say every because we kept like. There's a lot of them that are going to have very similar goals or the same kind of goals. Like the new little dog one, that is freaking adorable. Yeah. Most of the world have some little dog that you can find. You can interact with him by throwing your hat, and the dog will play fetch with you. And it's amazing. The little just interactions you have with that dog are cool. But you'll notice every once in a while he'll dig for... Sometimes, the first time I saw it, it was a moon. So from that point on, I knew... always go play with the dog.
Yeah.
But there were other times where it's like, oh, if your first time with this dog, he ends up bringing you coins. I can see people just imagining that this is just a throwaway thing.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes the first thing that he brings up is just a group of coins, not the moon.
Although I had a hint saying like there's a star on the dog. So
okay.
I was like, okay, I need to keep playing with him, and I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
So eventually, though, I went back to it and got it.
The one thing, it's as adorable as it is, I was trying to explain it to you even how I got each one of those stars, and I don't want to say inconsistent. I guess I don't know exactly what the trick is.
Yeah.
Because running around the area...
I think it's in a specific spot. You need to play with him in that area.
Yeah, there's a radius where there are like maybe 4 spots that he can dig in, and one of those spots is going to be the moon.
Yeah.
But that ends up just like... you'll go over it. You'll swear you ran over that already, and it'll still take you maybe like a minute or two of playing with the dog before he decides, oh, okay, now I'll stop, do that suspicious sniffing animation, and then dig it up.
Actually, as soon as you told me that's what it is, I checked one small spot that I had not checked before.
And it worked?
And he immediately went like, okay,
so maybe...
I mean, maybe, I don't know. We'll have to test that out and see how consistent it is.
It's cool because it's got enough variables that you need to play with it to really figure it out. Yeah. You know? Like we're talking about right now.
Yes, and the game is just so over the top exciting. There's one moment where... okay, so in the minor spoilers and nothing story related, just how to get a star, there's a parking thing on top of a roof. You have to put a bike there. And so I'm asking him about it, right? And yeah, I'm asking Hate about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, there's stairs there." I'm like, "No, this is not the same one, I guess." Turns out he was talking about one on the other side of the kingdom.
Right.
So I go to that one, and then I'm like, "Okay, so maybe there's stairs somewhere I don't see." But then we both get the idea, like, just go to the very top of the kingdom on this tower, and see if you can drive onto it from there. So I see the bike. There's a power button that will activate some platforms for a moment.
Yeah, because that's related to another moon that is actually up there.
Yeah. So I hit that, turn the bike around, drive off. I'm like, okay, so maybe like I'll be able to get kind of on the building, or at least the complex of buildings, and then drive over to it. But I hit the gas, jump off, and I'm like flying straight to where I need to be. Land right on it. I think I saved the video. I'll put it on Twitter. But it was just like, it was such a weird, crazy, happy feeling knowing that like this worked.
Yeah.
However crazy or stupid it sounded, the plan worked.
Like going from the city hall, I expected you to only be able to barely land on the
street.
Like barely. Yeah. Just maybe you'll be able to just jump over that and then from there make it. I can imagine you having just enough thrust to go. He landed from the freaking city hall to the southmost point of the.
It's like the right chunk of buildings.
The right chunk of buildings on the map. The eastern chunk.
Yeah.
He ended up on the spot.
Yeah. So I mean that's just one moon out of, I think there's 999, and
yeah,
it's like exhilarating and it's fun, and I've seen some people criticizing the game, and obviously they were never going to play it, but they're like, this is a child's game, like why is Nintendo still making games for kids? It's like, it is simple enough that a kid can play it.
Right.
But once you want to get deeper into it, some of these things are like downright infuriating where it's so difficult.
Anybody in the world,
almost,
the last boss, and I'm gonna say that anybody in the world over like 4 or 5 can get through the game. Yeah.
Which requires a lot less moons than the 999.
A lot less. I was surprised, and is super passive even, considering how much crap is just laying around. Not to say that all these moons are super easy, but like, you can, if you want, like, jump maybe 40 times in the game and actually make it through it. Because there's enough stuff where you kind of just walk by or talk to someone and get given a moon.
Yeah.
Just enough to make it, to progress the quote-unquote, not even quote-unquote, F that. No, this is a full-on, like, it has a nice freaking story to it.
Yeah.
But you only need so many moons on every kingdom to get to the next story beat.
I think if you get more moons on one kingdom, it reduces how many you need for the next.
I'm not sure about that.
Because for one kingdom, I only needed 3.
Which one? Because I think
remember. Okay, so then maybe that is consistent.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I don't think it's a set amount. I think once you unlock... once you unlock a kingdom,
more or 12
because
more.
then it forces you to do at least that much in the next kingdom.
Yeah, but the only thing that matters is the boss.
The only thing that really matters is the next
story element,
and that usually gives you that triple thing. But like, they only give. I don't know. I feel
so
like
maybe maybe they reduce the amount of moons you can get, so that you have to do at least the story beats,
something like that,
and then maybe a few other things.
Because if you do get more, but don't do the main missions, you just don't get to the next. You got a ton of moons, but you just don't get to the next story beat. You don't get to the next kingdom. You don't get to the next boss.
We'll have to see. I'll look up later if there are specific ones or if it's just a threshold, like you need 90 by this point. Because but the game is a lot of fun. There's a lot to do even after you beat the game. I think I had like a little around 100 moons when I beat the game, and now I'm up to like 430 or something. And
it is crazy seeing that number get that high.
It's a lot like Zelda, where the Korok seeds are just everywhere, and you're just exploring and like, oh, look at this thing. Like, here's another thing that I needed, and the game does help you quite a bit. Like, I don't want to give too much away, but there's a set of moons on every world that will be marked on location. Like, it lets you know where it is. It doesn't tell you how to get it.
Right.
If there is some difficulty in that, but there's like, here's where you need to be looking. And then there's also, you can pay Toad 50 coins to let him tell you where it is. Or you could talk to a bird that tells you the name of the moon, which is usually a pretty big hint.
Right.
Like one of the first ones is like the one behind the waterfall. It's like, okay, so now I need to look.
I wonder where it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Could you please be more specific?
the game absolutely does help you if you need it. And then you can even get the Bowser amiibo and use that to find purple coins, which are some semi-important. Not huge to the story, but like they do let you buy some extra cool stuff.
Yeah, there's
cosmetic stuff.
Cosmetics. They let you outfit the ship with both decals on the outside, and then on the inside you get a bunch of statues, models. They're mostly just models of stuff within the level anyway.
There's one. Okay, so basically what I've seen so far is there's 50 coins in the world. I think 15 of them will get you the hat and outfit, and then there's some that are the vinyl, the model of something, and then like in the first world there's a plushie of a frog.
Okay.
So I think it's like a model and then something.
Oh, and then something that is like a 3D version of a real version.
Something like
you're
that.
saying a plushie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun being able to explore so much of the world in Mario.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like when I heard that they were going back from Galaxy. So Galaxy 1 and 2 came out on the Wii.
Uh-huh.
So I thought for sure on the Wii U they'd release Super Mario Universe because of the name.
Yeah, it's the natural. I was a little bit upset because it's a natural progression.
So then hearing Odyssey, I'm like, okay, that seems like a step backward. But
either that or we're gonna go to some weird new fantasy places because the progression does limit us to space.
The trailer even shows you like the Luncheon Kingdom where everything's all colorful. Yeah. So like I had no idea what to expect from this game. We tried it at E3 and I was immediately sold on it. And we got to try the Metro Kingdom at the time, which is like New Donk City. It just...
You know what I immediately didn't even like acknowledge as soon as I played is the differences in the scaling of the people and the way everything... It's like, we have been walking around like the Pianta village or whatever. We've been walking around that place. What the hell are those? What the hell is a Pianta?
It's a little plant person.
A little plant person?
Well, okay, so they're a little bigger than Mario, and then the humans are
tall.
Like, taller than Mario,
I thought that the pianos were still like about as tall. Maybe they're a short person, but I don't think that people are still towering over Piantas.
Well, I mean, if you compare them to Mario,
I feel like to me, a Pianta would be about my eyes, maybe my nose or mouth.
Well, because Mario would be up to your knee or whatever.
Right. He's not super
maybe
tall.
Maybe not your knee, but
and
like
he'd
your
look
hips.
up. Okay, maybe my chest.
I thought that maybe right there, and that's with the plant on their head. This is not important at all to the discussion.
We need to... Pat?
Yeah, figure out how tall Piantas are.
But, whoa, that's just a guess from GameGO.
If you look at the world, Isle Delfino's on there.
On the
globe?
On the globe?
Yeah.
That is so upsetting that you can't visit it. Or that it's not... There's no...
Yeah.
Like, they put the court... sorry, never mind. I was gonna say spoilers. But...
Okay, cool. Don't say that. But yeah, I honestly wouldn't mind if they did DLC for this game for $20. Another 3 or 4 or 5 kingdoms. One of them maybe being Isle Delfino.
I feel like 999 being the max just completely sets it up for okay. Obviously, the DLC breaks 1,000.
Luigi 999. Actually, I had an idea.
That's Psy 999.
That would be cool, I think, where it is Luigi, but you know how... Did you play New Super Luigi Brothers?
No.
Or Luigi U?
Nah.
Basically, they were shorter levels, but they were harder. And he had less time. He's got the slippery traction.
Oh, so they're more... Each one of them is more of a trial.
But it was more of a challenge.
Okay.
So my idea for this is make a DLC with Luigi, but only do like 100, if that, moons, where they are like, there's only 10 in this kingdom, but they're much harder to get than any of the ones, or they are the harder ones of the Mario one.
I get you.
Moons.
I like that.
Luigi Dark Moon.
Well, I like that idea, but what I don't like is the fact that you have to be Luigi and he comes with a different kind of control scheme, which isn't necessarily harder. It is different.
And that's how I think you would make the difference in the moons, where like you factor in his control scheme to being different.
No, of course.
Yeah. Well, even his flutter jump.
I don't like... I want those same kind of compact challenges with a Mario version. Still, even over a Luigi. Yeah, of course, if you're going to have Luigi, you have to adapt the challenges they're in.
Yeah.
I still don't want to play as Luigi because I don't like the way Luigi is fluttery, slippery, floaty.
Well, did you play Galaxy?
Yeah, and he's He has less traction.
Did
He
you not,
just
you
like
didn't enjoy that part of it at all, or?
It was just another.
Okay.
There's a reason why Mario. There's a reason why it's Super Mario Galaxy. There's a reason why they don't make Luigi the main character with those alterations. Is because even if Mario had everything Luigi has, and you sold that like his Mario's abilities as the main ones, he's not as good as Mario.
Yeah, but then they're also the ones that gave Luigi those abilities. They could have just had him handle the same as Mario.
I know. I don't know what you're.
I don't know anymore. We're getting lost, I think, a bit.
I don't like the way Luigi controls, no matter what.
Okay, so if they gave him Mario's controls, still gave him more of difficulty with his moons.
Essentially just giving him a skin instead. If you made him a skin instead,
or
then
like,
it's like,
with
okay,
a minor story beat to it for each one.
Okay.
So then it is like, oh, Luigi, you're here now.
Now I don't know why I want to go through it. Because now I'm just playing the same game again.
Well, not... Like I said, it's a condensed thing where, you're here.
Okay, missing. But we're talking about the different mode. Okay, I got you.
And Mario went to go vacation on Isle Delfino.
Basically, like a fan, kind of like a fan hack that still has to use all the same cinematics.
Not even the cinematics.
Where they change the levels.
Something, I don't know. Anyway, this is just a big old. That's just a fan theory.
Mario Odyssey, like you need to play it, unless the only people I can see not enjoying this game are honestly the close-minded idiots that are like, oh, that's a kid's game, but they're gonna go out and probably enjoy the next Disney movie.
Disney makes good movies, but no, yeah,
and
there's
Nintendo
some people that
makes
are very
great
stubborn.
games.
Yeah,
That's a stupid reason to. If Nintendo makes kids games, then Disney makes kids movies.
Yeah.
But you are going to regularly see adults who aren't always necessarily going there for their kids to watch those Disney movies. But Mario's for kids. Even though, give him the ears and he physically looks just... Give him ears and look at their shadows. He's Mickey with a hat. He's Mickey with a hat.
Yeah, okay.
I don't understand people who come with that mentality. It's... Like I don't. I feel I wanted to make a car analogy, but then it's like, nope. They still prove me right there. People with Corvettes have like one of the most expensive, useless machines out on the road, but they just want it because it looks nice. It's got the prettier graphics.
Call of Duty.
Exactly.
It looks like
exactly.
Dirt. It's the same. It's very similar gameplay from the previous ones.
It's nothing different. It doesn't do anything new, but it's the new version of it.
Yeah.
Like this one, I don't know. The whole world changes. In Call of Duty, you like just, okay, I guess that box isn't as big that I can hide behind.
I'm gonna jump into a 10-minute match where I'm shooting other people, and maybe I'll win. For 3 years in a row.
For 3, yeah, it's the same. And they want to complain about, dude, that's the same game it was last time. You're doing the same thing for 2 hours.
Yeah. Mario doesn't release, or Mario and Zelda, they don't release nearly as often.
5-6 years apart.
And yet every time, like, I keep coming back, and I'm not just like some Nintendo fanboy. I'm playing these games because they're fun. Like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, I found 120 shrines because it was fun.
Yeah.
They're not going to release the same game next year with a different shader on it.
They're making a new game.
They put time and effort to make sure this is a unique experience. I was going to write maybe a little blurb about Odyssey. And this thing I had in my mind was that Link Between Worlds and Breath of the Wild did so well because they forced you to change how you viewed the world.
Okay.
In Link Between Worlds, every wall was now a puzzle element. You had to take in the environment and say, like, what can I do here?
You had top down, but all of a sudden now all the walls that that normally didn't matter unless it had a crack on it. Like, are all of a sudden also either levels themselves or part of the 3D puzzle.
And then Breath of the Wild took that a step further and said, all these walls are no longer walls. They are just stepping stones to the rest of the world.
Yeah,
And I remember playing Ocarina of Time, looking at Death Mountain, like, cool, how do I get there? You have to go through the town, you have to go up the mountain trail, climb up, avoid the boulders, and then you're there.
So
in this
one,
it's like, I just need to walk in a straight line and I'll get there.
Yeah.
Odyssey does a similar thing where you're no longer looking at enemies as just enemies. It forces you to, like, they're tools.
Oh,
every time I find a new enemy, I'm like, how can I take this thing?
How do I use his abilities to get to wherever I need to get to? Like, it's not... You're not just looking at them. Maybe the most complex you'd ever think of them is, how do I utilize the bounce from this enemy to get to where I need to go? Or whatever, however it affects me, does it affect my momentum, and does that make me faster? That's how you used to think about it.
Yeah.
Now, you're like, oh, there's a charging Chuck there.
Yeah.
let me
there's
possess
blocks
him.
here. There's only Goombas around. What am I going to find that can break this block so I can get a move?
Okay, right.
Like, it just... It doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it gives you new ways of looking at it.
While at the same time, letting you use the same old effing wheel.
Yeah.
At the same... So that
Such a good game.
It throws in something completely new and alien that you really are not you're not forced anywhere near as much as they could make you use it. Did fucking anything on the Wii U that just kind of forcibly made you use the Wii U
blowing
pad.
into the
anything
into
like
the microphone,
that.
Yeah.
Star Fox Zero. So no, I don't want to look down ever at all. Just turn that screen off.
On top of the fact that you do have enemies coming at you.
On there, yeah. Like I know everybody said that once you give it the chance, you know, you'll totally get to it. Once you give anything the chance, you'll get into it. But like this isn't giving me a whole lot of reason to give it the chance.
Keep trying, yeah.
This game right here, it's like half the fun right now is finding out how to do everything without using Cappy.
Yeah,
because
we're trying
for last night we were both on our own respective switches for maybe like 2 hours, 3 hours combined, just sitting there trying to do the what is it? Trying to get.
There's a tower at the beginning of the game that you need to capture a frog to get up. We're trying to do it without the frog. I made some progress.
Yeah, like the closest either of us can get is diving into the corner of the ledge,
which you should be able to grab, but you bounce right off.
Yeah, you just faceplant instead.
Anyway, so yeah, that was my little blurb about how Mario Odyssey. It really does change things, and like the last Galaxy 1 and 2 were a lot of fun, very innovative, and just great. Sunshine was my favorite one, and this, I think, if it doesn't take over, it definitely gives it a run for that spot.
Yeah, considering that, like, anything that you liked about Sunshine, as far as the game mechanics, that's one.
It's so colorful. The music's so good. Like Sunshine, I think that's what drew me in. It was like I was young and everything about it seemed fresh. Like even like the Yoshi having the fruit that changes its color.
A lot of eye candy, a lot of bright, colorful, just beautiful things to look at. The music is very. I want to go beyond saying enjoyable, but it's something like charismatic. But
yeah, it's charming
with music. Yeah, I guess
like
charming.
All the instruments, like dun 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 dun. Yeah, like it's just
getting on Yoshi to hear the bongos get added.
Yeah,
and yeah, like I feel like all of that stuff you get in Mario. Still, you're not using FLUDD, but instead you can capture that squid thing that lets you both do the jet.
I love that thing.
And on top of that, the boost upward.
Or both.
And you still have to manage your water inventory. Like your bubble is shrinking, and you can the poor little thing shrivels up all dry and everything. Yeah. Like that thing is cool. The Cappy, it does a really good job of letting them you can go around and do whatever the hell you want. But here's everything ever that makes you make the game feel like any of our old ones.
Yeah, like there's even 2D platforming sections.
I was gonna say that outside of that, but they still got you covered because while Cappy can't turn you 2D, you go into those tunnels that have 2D sections to them and play like the classic old school first Super Mario Bros. With some added additions. He's nowhere near as sloppy or floaty.
Yeah, but he also has a lot more momentum and jumps, which I wasn't as big a fan of this time.
Okay.
But yeah, and then whatever outfit you're wearing even gets translated into that old sprite.
What I'm disappointed in is only if you're wearing the complete outfit.
Oh really?
Yeah. You can't do if you mix and match, it just defaults you to his regular.
That's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
But that's still cool that they'll change the outfits. I mean, that they'll change that sprite for you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this game, I want to give it a 10 out of 10 because I don't like the small gripe about Cappy's jumping ability. Like, that's that is for the rules of the game. You can't just hop jump your way to the top of every level.
And like I said, it's like I understand it mechanically, but I'm really disappointed that there's no
visual indicator.
No visual indicator or canonical reason. Because
because like you said, the visual indicator would be like canon. He's tired. Like,
maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. That's just one of the many ways to handle the situation. But in any case, it feels a little bit without any other explanation, and without if I'm just a kid like really really upset that I can't get up like one of those ledges, and it feels like I'm doing everything right. If I'm not, it took me like about maybe 15 to 20 minutes of experimenting with that cap to come to the conclusion that only once per jump, once per touchdown, I guess. I don't know what you'd say, actually being on the floor.
Yeah,
just every time that you come in contact with the floor, until you touch the floor next time, you can only bounce off Cappy once. You tell me like that and I'll understand it exactly. And as long as you tell me, I guess I won't be so mad that there isn't a story reason.
Yeah.
But you're never ever told. You have to find out on your own, and it just feels kind of like on 64. This is kind of a weird thing. 64 and on Sunshine, if you could find a way to go do something, then okay, all the power to you. This game, I noticed that like if you hit the wall, if you do a wall jump, you can jump off it, throw Cappy at the wall. In that same frame, you'll get Cappy back. When you grab Cappy in midair and tap A, you get that little spin from Luma, like that you used to have. Yeah. You get something very similar to that. It gives you a little bit of momentum and gives you a little bit of height. You do that, you can keep doing that and spamming it at the wall. But they knew this, they saw this, and so there's a hard limit. Even there was one or in the Moon Kingdom where you're at zero gravity. Every time you jump off, you're obviously going higher, but you don't even start you don't even grip the wall until you hit just below where you last jumped off.
Oh.
Things like that, I'm going to say BS. I'm going to say that is even like, sorry, that is a problem and an issue without addressing it beforehand. You guys gave us a really cool thing to play with physics, and then it pointed out this really this really weird arbitrary gameplay limitation there. And that's gonna be that's kind of a point dinged along with like the canon thing and all that stuff, because in the other games, if you saw it and you could do it, that was it. I mean, in Mario 64, you could backwards a freaking wall jump through a freaking through doors and break the game like that.
Yeah.
It gave you like that much freedom to go through, and then they were just like kind of okay with it. Right here, while giving you so many new things to do, it feels weird that they don't tell you where they're gonna limit you. I want to know that.
I think some people enjoy like being able to test and then push their limits and see where,
But if at the same time, if the game just the game didn't tell me that this part right here is not going to work out exactly how you think, even though we've given you no reason to think otherwise.
Mm.
And
like weird too. Well.
Imagine if you see Mario doing the jumping off the wall on the moon and then just kind of sliding awkwardly until he gets to, and you realize, because that's where I was wall sliding before, and it doesn't want you to be able to exploit that and keep wall triangle jumping. Basically, it wants you to only do wall jumps from other walls to each other. That is weird. Which makes sense. I get it, but then don't let me jump at those weird angles.
Maybe it's more
from
like
the wall jump.
Yeah.
Don't let me. Cappy has a weird. Cappy gives you that flexibility of being in the air, then ignoring your momentum so you could throw your hat backwards and completely ignore physics, dive backwards and get another jump on there.
Okay, yeah.
If without Cappy, you wouldn't even be able to get those weird angles where you'd be able to jump back at that same wall.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's odd. Cappy lets you come back at the wall, and so you're thinking, cool, this is amazing. Now I can just jump a triangle, jump off that wall, and that doesn't happen.
I can see that being useful in boss fights, though, where it's like you do need to be able to stay safe, but also, like, attack.
Most of the boss fights don't, like, you're on a isolated platform. You don't get a wall.
I think that's more of, okay, so like when I'm fighting one of the rabbits chasing me, I'm running away from him, and I'll chuck Cappy behind me,
right?
But still be able to keep running.
Right.
That feels like maybe that's more of a byproduct of that than a design choice.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong. It's something that lets you still be able to attack in any direction in the air or on the floor even, because you, without throwing Cappy, you would normally do a slide. If you throw Cappy while running in one direction on the floor, you can instantly turn around and flip all your momentum that way, or at least start from 0 and have your momentum go that way. As opposed to normally doing the slide, which would indicate the side jump thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Freaking Mario, man.
Nintendo actually did do this one really cool thing I read about recently, yesterday. They reward people that try to break the game. I saw somebody was they went into a warp pipe, they came out and there's like poison or whatever, and there's walls. They did like a flip jump, dived into the corner, and were able to climb up on the side of the room that they were in. So they run along the top, and there were coins there. Like, you weren't supposed to be here, but you made it.
You somehow made it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
They're saying, like, a moon would have been too much because some people can't or
get
won't.
that.
Yeah.
But here's a bunch of coins because I see you.
It wasn't even a lot, but like the fact that they knew people would get up there anyway, and they're like, "This is for you. Go ahead."
I feel
it was
sometimes
cool.
I feel like they just throw that there. Eventually, someone's gonna find out through hacking that stuff is there, and then that presents like, okay, like so 2-3 years when everybody's bored of this game and we haven't put out DLC for it yet, that's gonna bring back something. That's gonna keep people interested at the very least down the line. Sometimes I feel that they'll throw that stuff in to be seen by hackers intentionally. Nintendo hasn't done it so much, but other developers have.
Oh, where you'll see something you only saw because you clipped through a wall or something.
Things like that.
Okay. Anyway, as I'm sure you know, we think this game is an absolute must-buy, even at $60.
Yeah, if you don't already have it, you're effing up.
You need to get your priorities sorted. This game is amazing. It's beautiful. It's fun, and it's Mario.
I don't know. You guys, I don't know if you noticed. I'm not even trying to rate this game. Like, I didn't say anything about anything because this is Nintendo's not A game, it's S plus game. This is Nintendo's new game plus S plus game. This is everything that Nintendo has like in them. Like it feels like it got poured into this. It doesn't seem like they pulled back in any aspect. The sound is beautiful, the graphics are beautiful, and
the way that the music all goes 8-chip tune when you go into the walls.
It does it so beautifully and smoothly, all transition. Like every bit of this game from when you put it in and start the freaking application and it starts running, everything is a damn delight.
The pause menu and you try to save it.
The way that just freaking Mario he smiles on the save menu, right?
He's got a weird smile, but yeah.
The pause menu itself is just like, it's Mario and Cappy just staring the player in the freaking face.
Well, no, like he'll be thinking and then Cappy will go off and do stuff. If you start moving up and down, then it comes back.
Then they got different animations for every one. Like all 5 of the different options or 4 of the different options have a different little animation.
Yeah, and the top one's like idling.
They all just look so damn cool. They all like you can sit there and maybe just watch it for like 5 minutes. I think that's part of it too, is because of how good like Mario's model looks up close right there. You can spend just a good little bit just getting lost literally in the strands of hair because you can see them. You can see them. Like it's always just been one big thing of plastic that looks like it is his hair. Like
it's good.
Buy it. Stop listening to us and buy it.
Well, actually not yet because we still need to go over what's coming out next week.
Screw it. That doesn't matter. Just play this game.
All right. Go buy the game. We'll wait for you. We'll come back. Welcome back. I hope you haven't started the game yet because then you're not going to listen to us.
He didn't wait a damn second.
They're supposed to pause it. Anyway, that's not important. What's important is the game's coming out next week. There aren't that many, though. Which, I mean, last Friday we had Wolfenstein 2 and Assassin's Creed and Mario, so I don't expect that kind of AAA weekend every week. Mm-hmm. But we are getting a few games, and some of them are pretty big. Friday, November 3rd, you're getting Call of Duty World War II. That's the one everyone's been waiting for, Return to the Roots of the series.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea, but I haven't played in a bit.
They say return to the roots.
I don't think so.
Yeah, when I see that, I feel that Return to the Roots just means, it's in World War II.
Well, they got rid of all like the fast running stuff and like the wall jumping and the craziness. I don't even know if there are kill streaks in this one. Like I think it is just running. Oh, yeah, I'd have to.
I'm a little bit like, I don't know. They damn well better remove all that crap. None of that was in World War II.
Yeah, like I think even your regeneration is completely stunted. I don't know about multiplayer because I know that they're trying to make that balance or whatever.
Right.
But in the campaign, like I think you do need your squad to like stay alive.
See, like, it was that's okay. So the same way that Mario now just takes away 10 coins every time that you die.
Oh yeah, when
that was their regen. That was their regen. That's what regen did for first person in Call of Duty, and now they removed that. We're going back to its roots by saying it's in World War II. But outside of that, it's going to be a new game with a World War II skin on it and Call of Duty's name on it.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right now. It's going to be amazing. It's going to have fun multiplayer because obviously it's got Activision's backing and whatever jerks that they have back there that do the weird psychological gameplay stuff where it's like, okay, time to throw in some random stuff that it's tied to gambling game theory, not fun game theory and things like that.
A lot of what Overwatch has done, they're
trying to do that stuff.
You'll earn stuff to buy loot boxes, and then they even had the summer emblems and like taunts and camos and stuff.
That like now. So I mean, I kind of like the way that Overwatch does it.
Yeah.
If they're gonna follow that, I guess okay. But I mean,
I think you get 3 things instead of 4. And I even playing like the last Call of Duty that I played, I never felt compelled to spend money on these. These are just like, oh cool, I got something extra while I'm playing the game that I enjoy. But yeah, World War II, that's coming out on Friday for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. You also got .hack/GU Last Recode. I'm not sure if this is a new series of hack games because they did have some like 2 series before.
Okay.
But this is coming to Xbox, PS4, and PC. Look into that if you're into those anime games. And then Tuesday, November 7th is a little bit bigger. You're getting Sonic Forces for PS4, PC, Xbox One, and Switch.
I'm not excited for that game as I am about
to see how people react to it.
I'm not gonna get that game. No. I'm not gonna.
No.
If I can get it used and check it out for maybe.
All right, whatever.
If I
don't care anymore.
Well, that is a developer that I don't really want to support until I see that.
If they do more Mania, then buy all of that.
And Mania, I bought day one.
Yeah.
Mania is a day one digital I did right away.
That's true. Okay, so then yeah, seeing the difference between people not really going all in on Forces, maybe we'll change their tune a little bit.
Yeah. Like that's one of the. I'm gonna go vote 1 to balance out the 10s.
Yeah, so dumb. Episode Shadow is also coming out. I'm not sure. I haven't really been following Forces too much, but I think I don't know what exactly that is compared to the game.
So, how closely did you follow the story of Adventure 2?
I still remember the main.
Do you remember that Shadow's supposed to be effing dead and never appear after Sonic Adventure 2?
Did not remember that.
The end is his death. Oh. The end is he sacrifices himself. How many more times did he appear after that game? And even in the storyline, apparently, like
I always kind of figured that Adventure was its own story, though.
I maybe I don't know, but that was supposed to be the introduction of him. Is supposed to be the last time we see him, and instead he comes to show up as even in Sonic Boom, comes to show up as a very very forced cameo for one single boss fight.
Cameo sounds weird. I don't know why when you said it, it sounded. Anyway, yeah, okay, so that and Sonic, all that junk is coming out next Tuesday. You also got Horizon Zero Dawn: The Frozen Wilds coming to PS4. That it's an expansion / DLC, extra land and monsters and stuff coming to.
I still absolutely need to play that.
You do. The pre-owned pass thing, this is a game. Well, that or buy it new, but I don't think you're going to do that. Hand of Fate 2 coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Didn't play the first one.
That's an interesting title, but I have no idea what it is.
Well, Minos Hands of Fate is known as a really bad movie. It's like one of those movies that's so bad it's good or something.
Okay.
But I don't know if that has anything to do with it here. I just know that's what that is. Need for Speed Payback, PS4, Xbox One, PC. I don't know who's still playing these games.
Yeah.
I played like 2 of the ones when it became about car chases and wrecking people. And then I didn't know. Anyway, left and then never came back.
Right. I mean, I don't know how this made it through Burnout and Forza.
Yeah, it looks like they were incorporating. Well, this one, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what this game is supposed to be because they did the run, and that seemed like an interesting idea. I don't know if that really took off, where it was a story that you're racing through the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they need to stop trying with the series, especially with Forza and. Well, that's only on Xbox.
I can't say a whole lot because I don't follow racing either. Sim, karts.
Blur was fun.
Karts is like about as close to racing as I'll get, you know. But Burnouts I did, but those weren't strictly racing, over the top, and they they did something to make it very arcadey and gamify it.
Yeah.
These games are. While they have sometimes they have their stories, their outrageous little story, like Carbon, I think it was called. Or Underground, Need for Speed Underground. There we go, where you're running from the cops and all that stuff, and it's got that story going
Most
on.
Wanted.
There we go. I'm
Which
sorry.
Which they remade like 4 years after the first one came out. It was weird.
Yeah, but
they need to stop with the series.
I don't see Need for Speed filling any niches that anybody else is asking for.
I played it as a teen. Maybe teens growing up now are the ones that are buying these games.
Maybe.
Yeah, Hitman Game of the Year. Coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. This actually looks like a pretty fun deal.
Right.
It's the game. All of the chapters already out. And then it comes with some extra stuff. Extra, like, stories and missions and stuff. And I think they even revisit targets that were previously, like, you get one shot to kill them ever.
Right.
Kind of stuff. So this looks like a good game of the year. If you have the original game, you can upgrade to get all that extra stuff for, like, $20. So I think everyone... hopefully is happy with
everybody wins in that one.
Yeah, and hopefully IO Interactive, because I remember their whole thing. They got released by Square Enix. It's actually, we talked about them a lot when we first started the podcast.
Yeah, because they were going through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think they ended up with Hitman, like, just to put that final.
Okay.
Yeah. Farming Simulator 2018?
I don't know.
Farming Simulator, the newest one, Platinum Edition. That's coming to the Switch.
Raise a goat, because why not?
Yeah, actually, I might want to. I mean, depends on how much detail they go into.
When I saw a streamer at an old stream site that I used to stream on. He did this game. Not only did I not like him, but then I saw the game and maybe it simulates fine. I don't know.
But it is, in fact, just farming.
It's just a farming simulator. It didn't even visually look amazing. This guy did not have a terrible computer.
Okay.
When I first saw the first iteration of this game I've seen, I don't know what year it was. At the very least, it had to be like 3 or 4 years ago. So maybe a 3-year or older game from the farming simulator line. I don't know. It's... You're simulating a farm.
Look, well, I mean, like... Stardew Valley.
The animations and the graphics, I guess, were not so much a problem because you're farm simulating, so they're not the focus. But it's like
they are focused on.
Only form here. I mean, only function here, huh?
Yeah.
Only function.
Okay, so that's coming to Switch. Everything else it's coming to other consoles, but that's next week. So we'll talk about that then.
While I might not like the game, it did still excite me that like this is something I'd only see. This is something that would only ever get put on Steam or on PC.
Yeah,
and it's kind of cool to see it. Okay, I'm a little mixed feelings, but we want more open titles on. Yeah. So this is kind of going in that vein.
Cool. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for this week. It was a pretty big week. We got into Mario and news a lot.
Big episode, big long episode, but I think that makes up for the fact that, we're kind of being inconsistent right now.
Yeah,
honestly, with our
we're very sorry about that.
As sometimes we just don't got the time set. Last week it was just extremely hot, wasn't it? We could not bear it.
I could stream it all because I would melt.
Yeah, so we were like being in here.
Oh, and you had your appointment too, so we couldn't even get to record it.
That's right.
Yeah, it was just a bad week, and then but we're trying to get on track. We're trying to get everything. All engines firing.
Oh, yeah.
And so, if you guys have any questions for us at all that we want to hear us talk about, hear our opinions about it, please email us at GameGOpodcast@gmail.com.
Specifically, I want to hear what your guys' take on the Sonic Forces is right now. Are you guys excited? Are you guys don't care? Do you guys have nothing but bad things to say about
this game exists?
The fact that there are people under the employ of this company still that should have gone under as soon as like 1 came out.
Damn.
That was not a good game.
Sonic 1?
Sorry, Adventures.
Oh, Adventures 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
And neither was too. Honestly, I didn't. Yeah.
Anyway, email us. We're also on Twitter at GameGO11. Please.
Shadow should be dead.
That's great.
At GameGO11.
Actually, I reviewed The Evil Within 2, and that's at GameGOpodcast.com.
We don't push or do anything on that site enough, but we do need to start updating that thing. Yeah.
Putting up reviews a little more often. I'm trying to write more just so that I'm better at it. And
as well as our second reviewer.
Yeah, he's going to give me a PC breakdown for Destiny 2, and then I'll put that one up.
Sweet.
So yeah, we are busy, and please come by on November 3rd and 4th for the extra live stream at Twitch,
GameGO
Twitch.com/GameGoTwitch.
Yeah, GameGO Twitch. If you really, really hate Twitch, no, I think this is for Extra Life.
Extra Life is going to be on Twitch.
I think I should force watching it on Twitch.
Yes, force our fan base to do things. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. We love all of you. We're up to 550 now, right, on YouTube?
555.
Cool. Yeah. This is Sonorith.
This is H8BitHero.
We'll see you guys next week.
You've all been wonderful. I'll see you later, you beautiful bastards.